I think you can't get innovation right if you don't get regulation right. And on the regulation space, we are providing a framework where fintech players are, in a way, regulated or supervised commensurate with the risks they pose. And this makes us take an activity-based approach rather than an entity-based approach. So the entity-based approach is one that looks at banks, insurance companies, financial advisors as distinct entities. But when you take an activity-based approach, you ask, this fintech is carrying out two other functions that a bank carries out, maybe payments and maybe some deposit holding. So you are holding of a float in an e-wallet, in which case you apply only regulations that are pertinent to those two activities, rather than load them up with a full range of regulatory burdens. We are also saying that we will not leave fintech players who carry out financial activities unregulated. We're bringing them into the regulatory ambit, but we're doing so on an activity-based approach, which we believe strikes the right balance between making sure there's a level playing field, that risks are managed well and supervised. At the same time, the burden is much more customized to their activities.
How is your approach different from other developed countries? I mean, when you take a look at MES, it's also making its own investments in fintech. Is that enough, in a way, for you to be a leading player?
Well, we're not setting ourselves out to do better than other jurisdictions. We learn a lot from what other jurisdictions are doing, and many of them are doing very interesting things. I wouldn't say we are distinctly different in our approach. I think all of us are focused on making sure that the risks associated with fintech activities are well understood and well managed. That is key. We are probably a little bit more forward and progressive in the sense that we work alongside industry players to build some of this architecture. It's a much more collaborative investment, whether it's an eKYC utility, whether it's the payments rail, coming up with SGQR is an industry effort with a lot of central bank or regulatory facilitation. So in that regard, we're a little bit more forward.